Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today we are taking a first impressions look at Nuclear Throne. This game's been out for quite a while. It was in early access once upon a time, but has since gotten a full release, including a broken-ass PS4 port that has received no patches. But, yeah, so I've seen people playing Enter the Gungeon recently, which reminded me of when people were playing Nuclear Throne. They're a little bit similar. So I decided, hey, I should probably actually play Nuclear Throne because it did look pretty neat, and I am into the whole randomly generated roguelite sort of genre. So I finally picked it up, and I've been having fun with it so far. I've managed to get to the third boss and beat him, only to die immediately afterwards. The premise is pretty simple. We go through a series of levels to become the post-apocalyptic king by sitting on the nuclear throne, which I've still not even gotten close to, really. And, you know, doing different things will unlock new characters. Every character has their own special ability as well as passive ability. I've been mostly playing as Robot because he gets better high-tech weapons sooner, and also you can eat weapons for ammo and health. And that's it, we're just thrown in. So, in some ways this reminds me a little bit of Binding of Isaac, which is probably my favorite of these sort of games, but this is much more focused on picking up better and better weapons throughout your run, rather than accumulating a bunch of passive items that make your basic weapon better. So you always start with this revolver. It uses bullets. You can see at the top here that there are 5 different ammo types. Bullets, shells, bolts, explosives, and energy. Obviously different weapons will take different ammo types, as well as different amounts. Some of the more powerful weapons will, you know, use like 5 ammo per shot. You do have an ammo cap. You can see we have about halfway full amount of bullets, the yellow bar on it. And yeah, it's really just a fast-paced sort of roguelite. We don't have a lot of health, and enemies do a lot of damage, not just like 1 per hit. These yellow chests always give you ammo, and the red chests always give you a weapon. And as you fill up that meter at the top left with picking up those green rads from enemies and stuff, you can level up, which this is where you get the passives. These are always random, but it's always the same pool. None of these are great. I guess we'll go with impact wrists. It only pops up there for a second, but you can actually see how far we are from the end. That little white line. So every zone is essentially 3 maps, and then there's a boss on the 3rd one. And then after that, there's usually a transition map, which is only 1 map, no boss or anything, before it dumps you into the new set. Ooh, triple machine gun. That burns a lot of ammo, though. Eat a revolver. This thing just basically clears the map, but it burns through your bullets really fast. Crossbow is pretty high damage, but slow reload. Alright, so this should be the boss map. He'll show up here somewhere. This boss likes to try and surprise you. Crossbow also penetrates enemies. You can also knock enemies into other enemies to do damage, and because we have impact wrists, it's actually pretty powerful. Ooh, there's a wrench here. Melee weapons are generally pretty strong, and you can use them to destroy or deflect projectiles. But I find the wrench is probably my least favorite of the melee weapons. It's kind of weak and kind of slow. Alright, just trying to grab this stuff. You don't really have a chance to grab stuff once you... As soon as you kill all the enemies, that portal appears. And it usually appears right on top of you, so you don't really have time to grab anything. First boss is not too tough. Yeah, like there, I couldn't even grab that jackhammer. I haven't really found a use for this, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly to find the bonus exits from levels. Any of the levels that have a little dot on them on the path actually have an alternate exit. Let's see. None of these are too great. Gamma Guts is decent for the next level. Like the one we're on right now has an alternate exit. This is one of the transition maps. So Gamma Guts should pretty much protect us from these rats because it does damage as soon as they touch us. Like that. Gotta watch out for those hazards too, because those will kill you pretty much instantly if you're right next to them. So there is a perk that will protect you from explosives if you have less than 4 health. And this is why I like Robot, because you can get stuff like the triple machine gun early on. Normally that's something you get way later. Oh, there's a mimic over there. Those things are so uncommon in this that I always get caught by them. Regular shotgun I don't need, so we'll eat it. Which somehow turns into bullets instead of shells. Oh shit, assassin. Those guys are dicks. They basically will hide. They'll play dead until you get close, then they'll run up and rush at you, and they do a lot of damage with one hit. Go with ammo regeneration. I'm not getting a lot of the perks that I normally use. I gotta watch out for those embedded cars. I think only another explosive will set those off. So this is where it starts getting tough. These guys are especially a pain the first time because they explode when you kill them. So if you know, hit them with a shovel, they'll blow up in your face and kill you. There's also got fire traps. I could destroy that trap if I had an explosive weapon, but I don't, so I just have to rush through there. Flamethrower is not great. Oh shit. They'll also kind of like hide behind corners until you're reloading, and then they'll rush you. Like you can see if I aim at this corner, he'll just sit there and wait. They're also pretty good at dodging slow attacks like the crossbow. Oh shit, time cops. They showed up because I hit the portal with too many shots. And once you open the portal, you can activate it by killing enough enemies near it to fill up the green meter around the outside, which will open up a portal to a separate area where you can get a crown. Assault slugger. Like that. The slugger is a shotgun that just shoots a slug instead of the spread. And I think the assault slugger shoots like a raid. Yeah. But it uses 3 ammo every shot. We're not going to open the portal because there's not enough enemies left. Alright, so boss level. There's the boss right there. Hasn't woken up yet, though. Alright. He just shoots a spray of projectiles as well as missiles. The projectiles aren't that tough. Oh, there's health over there. Shit. I can't get that health. It's gonna disappear. Actually, I think you can get health from those missiles. He also blows the fuck up when he dies, which can kill you very easily. All bosses actually do make a sound when they're getting low on health to kind of warn you of stuff like that. I mean, it's different for each boss, but they all have their kind of tell that says, hey, I'm almost dead. Rhino skin is pretty nice, however, there is something you can only unlock if you don't use this or the perk that lets you come back to life when you die. Alright, this transition zone's a bit of a pain in the ass. Really only because of one enemy. The crystals. Not these spider things. Those guys. They can snipe you pretty good with those lasers. And they can do it from off screen. The heavy revolver is actually pretty good. Oh, that's it? That's easy. Alright, so now we are in the world that I have not gotten past, which is full of horrible robots. Those big guys also explode. Oh, my gamma gut's going. Super crossbow, I'll definitely take that. I think this shoots 5 projectiles. Those Christmas present looking boxes seem to always give you ammo for weapons you don't have currently. Okay, so this thing's super powerful, but it also uses 5 shots. I pretty much always get Bloodlust when it pops up, because it does seem to proc pretty frequently. And that'll just give me health back on kills. The wolves are pretty easy to deal with. It's the time fuzz again. I think that's because there's oh shit, they threw a grenade at me. I think that's because there's a portal down there and I hit it a couple times. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. You can see there would have been another level with a boss, and then a transition zone, and then another level set, and I think one more boss after that. I think there's only 4 bosses. Maybe 5 if there's one at the actual throne. Let's just give it another go, see what happens. But yeah, it's very much a game where it's just like, oh, I died, start over. Quick and easy. Kind of game where you can just sit down for, you know, half an hour or 40 minutes and do a couple runs. I imagine if you were actually good at this, your runs might last a little longer. Alright, so that thing is full of radioactive maggots, which will give me a lot of rads, but also there's a lot of them. can see I'm already almost at a 3rd level. Rhino skin, melee range. Oh, let's just go with rhino skin. Your character also does give you a heads up when you're running low on ammo. That's what that beeping sound was. I'm generally not looking at the top left of the screen. Ooh, sledgehammer. It's one of the strongest melee weapons I've seen. Better enough to get like a laser sword later. You can see we can just break projectiles with this. If they were red projectiles, we could reflect them, but green ones you can only break. These scorpions can be rough if there's a bunch of them in one spot, though, because of their spread. And they have a pretty strong melee if you get close to them, as you might expect from a scorpion. You can also hit enemies through walls with melee weapons. Like that. So, like, his projectiles I could knock back at him, and they do a lot of damage to both of you. Shotgun type weapons also do more damage the closer you are to the target, which again, kind of makes sense. Oh shit. Do higher ammo next. Alright. Sledgehammer seems to one-shot most enemies early on. Like, even the wrench would one-shot these rats, but not those big green rats. Thankfully, there is no spinach monster down here. Screwdriver is pretty much the worst melee weapon. I think you need it to unlock one of the characters, though, because there's a tooltip on one of the menus that says, a screwdriver will fix it. We're just gonna eat it. Where did that other rat go? Yeah, take that, you rat bastard. The tooltips for the loading screen seems to be a cross between gameplay hints, secret hints, and just references. Like when you're playing as Fishman, one of them will just say, just like Kevin Costner. You know, from the hit success movie, Waterworld, that everyone is so fond of and everyone remembers. It's actually kind of surprising to think that there are probably people watching this who have never heard of Waterworld. I chose poorly. Alright, there is an exploding car in the way. I was like, oh, I'll try to stand back with the hammer and push it forward. Nope, it blew up in my face. Alright, let's do one more, and then I think we will be done with Nuclear Throne. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've got the idea of what this is. Also, there's daily and weekly challenges. Let's go with, go with Crystal. You can see he has a little bit more health. Also, he can block shots. Though that only lasts for a couple seconds, and automatically kicks you out. There are a few character abilities that actually cost rads to use. Those only seem to be the really powerful ones. Oh boy, a screwdriver. I'm not sure what determines where the portal actually shows up. Sometimes it's right under you, and sometimes it's like nowhere near you. It's a bad place. Assault rifle, there we go. And we'll get rid of some infected scorpions. Coincidentally, if anyone happens to be familiar with any post-apocalyptic fiction that also contains laser scorpions, even if they're cyber scorpions, let me know. Because I feel like there's not enough kind of wacky, futuristic post-apocalyptic now. It's all modern post-apocalypse, which is fine, you know, I like that kind of stuff too. But I kind of miss some of the weird post-apocalypse stuff, like the post-apocalyptic Shannara books, which have all sorts of killer robots and flechette rifles and whatnot. Then again, it also has elves. Man, this spawn distribution is fun. I spawned in a very bad spot. Alright. Cleared out a little bit of peace and quiet down here. This boss is actually pretty easy to ignore. Alright, I can't eat guns anymore. There we go. None of these are great. This one's decent. I'll go with patience. It just lets us save our point for next level. And maybe we'll get a different shovel. Shotguns also have the special property of bouncing. And there's an upgrade that makes that even more dramatic. But yeah, there's not too much to say. I mean, it's a fairly simple game, which is why I think it works so well. There is some stuff to unlock, but it's not like you're building out a list of, like, hey, I unlocked this new gun that'll maybe show up next time. Alright, the bouncer SMG is not great. It shoots these silly bubbles. Salt Slugger's pretty good, but again, it's gonna burn our ammo. Stay away from that car. Also, if you're standing near a car when the portal appears, the portal can blow up the car and kill you, which is not a fun way to lose your run. Okay, that was overkill. Nobody's dropping health for me. Health will also only drop when you need it, so if you're at full health, no health will drop. Alright. Just trying not to hit that portal, I don't really want to deal with time cops right now. Double shotgun. It's just a little bit more conservative than the Assault Slayer. So we still got our saved up point. Also, more health and ammo drops. And that's Nuclear Throne. It's pretty quick, it's fairly tough, and it's not too complicated. So it's a good thing to just like, hey, there's a download running in the background, I'll just, you know, play a couple rounds of this. But I definitely feel like it's one of those games where if you play it for too long at one go, you'll get worse and worse with each run. Because you're like, oh, this first level's boring, I just want to get to the later parts that are actually hard. And you'll start being reckless. But yeah, I don't know, I'm having fun with it. And I would like to at least reach the Nuclear Throne once or twice. And maybe we'll come back to this for some of those till first death videos that I've been planning, because I think doing like one run for a video, you know, it's a fairly short video, but I can put out a few of them. And yeah, that's Nuclear Throne. It's like $12 on Steam. It's out of early access now. Don't buy it on PS4 if you have one, because it is not supported and runs like shit apparently. But yeah. You folks all take care, I've been Shadefire, and I'll see you again next time with some more post-apocalyptic nonsense.